welcome to the happy hour. Alan Chamo here. I'm your guest. I'm so happy to be here. Wednesday, every 2 weeks, we are going live, and on every happy hour, we have amazing guests. And today, I'm very excited. We have a Celtic magician, Daniel Wolf, is going to be with us. I never seen a Celtic magician in my life. Have you? Okay, give a thumbs up if you did, and a thumbs up if you didn't. Always thumbs up, by the way. All right, I'm so happy to see some of you on Zoom here. I can actually see you, so please turn on your cameras if you are joining me on Zoom. Very good. So hey, Shayla. Hello, Lynn. Hey, Valerie. And we have Joanna. And what else? Let me see. David. Hello, David. And wow, we have many more of you. So please turn on your cameras. I would love to see you and interact. If you're watching on Zoom, put a comment. Let me know where you're joining from. And this is very exciting. So let's, as always, I have with me here Ryan Ahern. Ryan, joining me from Las Vegas, live. Yes. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Alan. Good to see you. I missed you last time.
We missed you.
Live in the studio. I mean, I was live. I called you in, of course.
Yeah.
But it's great to be here. Great to be in Vegas. And great to see you, man. How you doing?
Awesome. So last time, for those that didn't make it, you joined us from, it was Cabo?
I was in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, Puerto Vallarta, that's right. You were on a Princess Cruise performing.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was out there doing some shows for 3 weeks. I did 11 shows for them out there. And,
wow.
It was great, man. Yeah, all over California and Mexico. It was fun.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's great to be back. I'm back on in person. You know, I did this weekend. I was in Washington D.C.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard you flying around. Good.
Yeah, so I'm back. Yeah, it was great. It was 2 days. It was like a big. Actually, it was kind of a family event. During the weekend, we had over 10,000 people coming through.
Wow.
Very exciting. Full houses. So yeah, and very, very exciting. And actually, this weekend, for those that are in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Friday and Saturday at the Broward Performing Arts Center, which is an amazing venue. So for those of you who still didn't have a chance to get the tickets, we are almost sold out. You know, which is amazing.
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's great.
Thank you. So so get your tickets. We're gonna put in the comments the link to purchase tickets, also in the chat on Zoom for those of you that didn't have a chance. And by the way, for our audience, if you use the code HAPPY in capitals, HAPPY, you get $5 off. I mean, it's something. It's something. I don't control the box office, but it's something.
That's
so. Great. Yeah, use that. Actually, since I'm plugging it so much, and last week I tried to put the commercial, but we had some kind of a sound issue. Maybe we can try and play it now. What do you say?
Yeah, let's see it.
It's playing on TV, so here, let's put it on.
Okay.
Experience an interactive psychological illusion and mind-reading show where everything happens right under your nose and in your mind. Award-winning mentalist Alan Chamo takes the art of mentalism and hypnotic suggestion to the next level in a smart, funny, interactive experience where he will leave you laughing and scratching your head in amazement. Don't miss Alan Chamo live in an intimate performance November 5th and 6th at the Broward Center. Tickets at browardcenter.org or Ticketmaster.
All right, there you go.
Nice, good job.
It worked this time. Hey, Lorenzo appeared here suddenly. That was a surprise. Shh. I was about to say we have a surprise guest. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. It was. We have today a surprise guest. Yes, so very excited about this. All right, so let's get the show rolling here. Go ahead, Ryan.
But I was gonna say, because I haven't seen your live stage show in a couple years, you know.
Yeah.
And some of the bits that I just saw there reminded me how fantastic you are. And you use some heavy-duty duct tape on your face. I'm surprised you have any eyelashes or eyebrows going on still. Because you literally duct tape your face.
Yes.
So you can't see anything. And the things you do on stage are phenomenal. I hope people out there can appreciate the difference of what's possible here in a digital format and this huge stage spectacular that you're normally doing. So I hope anybody who's in the area comes out and sees you, because they're in for a treat. You are absolutely the best.
Thank you. Actually, this is going to be a little more intimate because it's a cabaret style. It's tables of four.
Even better.
Yeah, it's tables of four, so everybody's going to be really close to the stage, and it's
Oh, that's fun.
it's limited to 180 seats. So that's it, 180 seats.
Oh, good.
So
Oh, that's nice.
so yeah, so it's going to be super cool. I'm very excited about this. It's a great little venue. So yeah, that's I hope
Good
to
job.
see you all over there. And Ryan, and yeah, of course, I miss to see you also in the big stages. But you are back,
Yeah.
and that's exciting. That's exciting. So maybe you can play for us right now. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do a few. Yeah, absolutely. You know, let me pull up my list here. I wanted to do some music from the Carpenters, and one of my favorites is "We've Only Just Begun." So, all you Carpenters fans out there, I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. Yeah, a little Carpenters music for you out there. I wanted to move into some boogie woogie. One of my favorites is this next song. It's a little version of my own on a very famous boogie woogie. This is The Flight of the Bumblebee Boogie. Thank you very much, Alan. Appreciate it.
That was amazing. All right. I'm. I thought we had one more, but everybody's like, yes, we love it, we love it. But
We
it
can
was.
do one more.
You want to do one more?
Yeah, I got some Maroon 5 queued up here. I don't know. Would that be all right? We got some Maroon 5 fans.
I think we don't have any objection to that.
Yeah,
I think the
okay,
audience is happy about that. Let's do one more.
Okay.
All right, all right. Yes, everybody here is applauding on Zoom. This is awesome. Okay,
Thanks,
good stuff.
everyone.
Yeah, that was awesome. You know how normally we keep our guest for the end? So
Yeah.
today we're going to change it a little bit because he's really in a hurry. Because the last moment, because our guest is so talented. He's not only a magician, he's not only Irish, he's not only doing Celtic magic, he's not only a ginger, but he's also
Yeah.
he's also a karate instructor. And
Karate.
karate. He's a black belt. You don't want to mess with him, okay?
I wouldn't dream of it.
And today in his dojo, some people couldn't make it, other instructors, and he had to run. So we don't have the chance to do a whole interview with him and do the Liars Club with him, but he's sticking around to do this show. So
Okay.
let's introduce him. What do you say?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so our guest today is an incredible magician. As mentioned, he's a karate guy. He's a Celtic magician. He's a ginger. He's amazing. With you, Daniel Greenwolf. Let's bring him on to the stage right here. Hey, Daniel. Good luck.
Hello there, everyone watching Happy Hour right now, and hello to Alan and Ryan. Thanks for having me on. My name is Daniel Greenwolf, magician, bard, rabble-rouser, general strange person, and official disturber of the peace. And for all of you watching, please do not be alarmed. You don't have to adjust your screen or anything. I am a ginger, and a fantabulous one at that. But I also have other things about me which I wanted to talk about. And I figured, might as well just show you. Suppose she's just trying to tell you. So here we go. All right, yeah, okay. More description. I get you. There we go. Let's try this one. Okay. Now, if I was a better magician, I'd put those back together, but I'm not. Okay, you'll just. That's not too bad. Now we can work with, right? Now we can work with. All right, we'll go a little bit further. Theme is starting to form. Greenwolf, green. It's a, yeah, okay. We'll try this one, nevertheless. I like this one. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. Actually, don't mind me. Actually, let's try this instead. And that's what I do, but I also do this. And this is what I want to talk about. You see, for those who possibly didn't realize it from all the colors and the kilt and the face paint and the thing behind me, I am indeed Puerto Rican. No, I'm kidding. I'm Irish, all right? And being Irish, my family taught me a lot of the stories and tales of my ancestors, the ancient Irish, the Celts. And I've been doing magic for like about 25 years now. And I've been studying the Irish culture for even longer. And inside this box is something that the ancient Irish used to believe in magic. Now, the ancient Irish are known as the Celts. And there are several areas around Europe the Celts kind of originated from. However, the Irish Celts, we knew some of what they believed in. We didn't know everything, of course. In fact, they even said that if you took all of the things we knew about what they believed in terms of religion, the Celts, you could probably put it into 12 pages if you used a really big typeface. Yeah. So we only know a little bit. But we do know this. We know that the Celts believed in magic. We know they believed in multiple gods and goddesses. We know they believed in reincarnation and that they worshipped nature. And they did something called druids. Now, druids were like priests of the time, okay? Only not without the church and all of the giving them all the money and things. However, inside this box is something that we also know about what they believed. It's something that they used in their rituals. It was very simple. All it was this. This is the Wicker Man. A small doll of straw and string and nothing more. This little doll allowed the Celts to believe in magic. Now, it's very simple. See, there are no wires, no magnets, no strings. People have got weird theories. Just the Wicker Man. And a story. See, once a year on the time of the harvest, all the people would gather around to the center of the village, and they would surround the druid, and the Wicker Man. And at one point, right at dusk, when all eyes were on the druid, he would raise the Wicker Man high into the air, keeping it in the frame of the camera like they did centuries ago. And he would place it down onto his open palm. And just as now, just as all those centuries ago, nothing happened. Because I want to make sure you're still with me, okay? I understand. You're watching this on your computer and stuff, but nothing happened at first. But if people truly believed in what they were seeing, if they truly wanted to believe in the magic, at one point the Wicker Man began to tremble. He began to shake, and then he began to rise. And we're so skeptical nowadays. You see, back then, they weren't looking for a wire or a magnet or a string, because there wasn't any. It's because they wanted to believe. Now, I'm not asking you to believe in what you're seeing. That is so not my job. But whether you believe or not, you got to admit it makes for a pretty good story. And those are just one of the stories that I love to tell about the Irish people. You see, my style of magic that I call Celtic magic is something that's fairly unique, which is strange because to me, Irish culture and its history and its people are full of magic, of traditions and rituals, just like anybody's people and culture. And the last thing I wanted to perform for you, I'll put that there, involved what's underneath this handkerchief. You see, this is something that the Irish believed in. Well, yes, you could say, yes, a glass, you fill it with things, and yes, the Irish believed in that. We're not dumb. But this thing right here particularly is an old Irish tradition. That's based in two different aspects. One is our honoring of the dead, because we do that quite a bit. We love, hey, listen, we joke about, we're either joking about death or you're dying. That's the only two modes for Irish, okay? So, but we would honor it. And we'd honor it with this. This is what is known as the parting glass. And it was used very successfully for centuries. Now, not this one. It was always a different glass. Sometimes it was a mug. Sometimes it was just a regular cup. But what they would do is they would take the parting glass and they would cover it with a black shroud. If you happen to have a black handkerchief, that works just as well. But they would leave that there at the end of the table. And they would leave that there for people who have passed on as a way of honoring them. So the spirits could have their spirits. And maybe even perhaps share their spirits with the living and leave them a sign. Now, listen, I know it sounds silly, but we honored death the way we honor life. An Irish wake was a celebration. It wasn't about sadness. It was about enjoying the time that you had and celebrating those who could no longer be with you and sharing their stories and their ideas. And there's a song that's very famous, and please forgive my voice, but even if you couldn't sing very well, the Irish would still have plenty of songs that they would all sing together. And I wanted to leave you tonight with this kind of a blessing for happy hour, which is fairly fitting, I would say, and a blessing for all of you. And it's called The Parting Glass. Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company. And all the harm that e'er I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. My name is Daniel Greenwolf. Thank you so much for having me tonight. You are all fantabulous and wonderful human beings, and keep being that way. Love to you all. Slán go fóill. That's Irish for goodbye for now. Bye.
All right, that was awesome. That was very, very storytelling.
Hey, Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
that was great. That was great. Really enjoyed it.
Excellent.
What do you guys think? It was good? Yes? Good stuff, good stuff. All right, we'll continue the show. And I mentioned, and Daniel, thank you so much. And for those of you who want to follow him, we'll put in the chat his website, his social media, also on YouTube on the bottom of the description, so you can follow him. He does a lot of festivals with his style of storytelling magic, so that's really amazing. I really enjoy it. You know, it's not just seeing another trick, but there's a message behind it. There's a whole story behind it and a theme. So that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
All right, we have today a surprise guest, which we picked him a little. And by the way, stay tuned because at the end I'm going to read somebody's mind. Okay. Yes, be prepared. Be prepared. I will try at least. I will try. You know, it doesn't always work. So we have a surprise guest. Can anybody guess who it is? He was a guest on our show a few episodes ago. I don't remember exactly in which episode, but he's funny and amazing. And he has also long hair. Anybody rings a bell? Rings a bell?
I know who it is.
You know who it is. Yes, that's.
Yep. This is one of the greatest comedy magicians on the market today. He was a staple at the Magic Castle in L.A. for probably more than a decade. He'll have to tell us exactly how many years, but in fact, a little known story, he may not even want me to tell you this, but before the downturn in 2008, he was purchasing that entire Magic Castle. He was going to be the owner of the Magic Castle, and you know, probably better off it didn't happen, but he's that good, he's that entrenched in that, and he's a staple. He's a good friend of the show and of mine. So let's welcome to the show. Where's he at?
Yeah, actually, let's bring in the Liars Club and bring him up. Let's do it.
All right.
There he is, the one and only Lorenzo. How you doing, Lorenzo Clark?
Good, man. How are you guys? Good to see you. Ryan, Alan. Look at my shoulder. It's Bart Simpson. Look at that right over there. Bart Simpson.
Bart Simpson is your guest in the
Bart
house?
Simpson. Yeah, is the cell there. He's right behind me. Anyway.
Awesome to see you.
The camera, there it is. See, you can see him. Can you see him there? Anyway.
Lorenzo, you are, you know,
I'm growing my hair out. I'm growing my hair out because the pandemic and to put on a few pounds, so you can just call me Flabio.
Can you teach me how to grow hair?
Oh, yes.
Not even.
Your hair won't grow when you got money to blow, Rogaine.
Okay, that's right.
Do they make Rogaine anymore? Okay.
I don't know. I tried everything, but you know, But you know what? when you have a face like this, you don't need hair.
No, you're perfect. You're perfect.
There you go. There you go.
You got one of those heads you can take. You can smash a beer can against it. And then have it come back together. Look at that.
Oh wow, that's kind of magic.
How they do that? I don't know. It's kind of magic. Exactly. Like the old mustard gag.
Hey, I see you all the time on. What is that?
Look at that. Whoa. Okay. It's mustard. Okay. It's the old mustard gag. Okay. All right. Where do you see me?
I see you all the time on Instagram, like you going from a party to a party to a party, and you hanging out with all the famous magicians.
I'm the
He's
life
the
of the
Paris
party.
Hilton of magic.
Exactly, I am.
You, Mr. Magic, you like all the celebrity magicians are with you. That's amazing.
I know. I come from a long line of magicians. What can I say?
Yeah. So when do you work? Because I see you partying all the time. No, Ryan.
Yeah, work is a 4-letter word.
Yeah, but no, he works a lot. In fact, speaking of famous magicians, Lorenzo invited me to a show that he performs in, and he wasn't on that night, so we just were down there kind of taking in the show and sitting down. And guess who walks into the room and sits next to us? Lorenzo, can I tell him?
You can tell him.
Yeah, so the show started 5 minutes after the show starts. I just see shadows walking by me, and we're in one of the VIP booths, and next to us in that booth, the lights come on after the show, and it's David Copperfield sitting there. And he and Lorenzo are good friends from way back, and we hung out there for a couple hours afterwards, just having drinks and talking with David Copperfield. It was one of the best nights of my life. It was so cool.
How cool is
because
that?
Of this guy. Yeah, it was great. We got photos and everything. It was nice.
Did David take you to his? For those who don't know, David Copperfield has a huge warehouse that is now a museum for magic, and it's a private collection, and it's a private museum. Nobody can go in, just whoever he invites in.
Yeah. Private invite.
I
only.
know. He invited us that night, so we'll definitely be going there soon at some point. So I think at this point we should note that David has a new book out by Simon and Schuster called The History of Magic, and maybe if enough of those books are sold, we'll all get a private invitation to come see the private museum of the history of magic that David Copperfield has right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, where he's headlining at the MGM Hotel here in Las Vegas. So
I've
gotta
seen the show.
Gotta see David.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Well, the one and only. All right, so let me know when you're going to that museum. I'll take a flight to Vegas, and I'll be, I don't know, the water boy or whatever it is that I can do to just sneak in.
I think they have a teletransporter, one of the transporter rooms from Star Trek, where you go like, beam me up. So
Beam me up,
probably
Scotty,
wouldn't even need a flight. You just come over,
I would love it. All right. Okay, Lorenzo, so we have you here to play our favorite game, Liars Club, Two Lies and a Truth. Yeah. So Ryan, would you like to tell us how do we play this?
Yes, absolutely. The Liars Club, very famously known as Two Lies and a Truth in certain parts. And what we're going to do is give you a very odd word, a word that we have, our beautiful assistants now, our producers, have gone into the depths of the Webster Dictionary, as well as the Oxford Dictionary, as well as the slang dictionary. I think we go all over the place.
Wow, they are true lexicographers.
Yes,
lexicographers for sure.
Yeah.
That should be one of the words now that we think about it.
But not today. Not today. A different word,
no,
right?
not today. That's not the word. So we got a very obscure word for you. Now, the rules are you cannot Google it. You have to go with your hunch, or if you're, smart enough, as we know you are, you probably know this word, just by being a sentient human being. But we're going to give you 3 definitions of that word, and 2 of us are completely full of it, and the other one is telling the truth, and it's your job to pick who is telling the truth. Now, Alan, why don't you give us that word of the day?
All right, there we go. It's Lorimer.
Lorimer.
Yes.
Lorimer.
Who knows what's Lorimer? I do.
Yeah,
Lorimer.
I do. Absolutely, I do.
I do too.
Sure.
I know.
Yeah, you know? Okay, all right. So let's see. Ryan, you go first.
Well, Lorimer, I've heard this several times in my life because my dad has horses, okay? And up at a place, a little family home we have, we got some horses there. And throughout the years, we've had the Lorimer over to the stables. And basically, a Lorimer is a saddle maker. This is someone who works with the leather and, prepares it and shapes it and fits it to the horse. So that's the Lorimer. I've always known him as the Lorimer to come by and work on the saddles. So a Lorimer is a saddle maker.
Okay, so basically it's a saddle maker.
Yeah.
Okay. Person that makes the saddles for the horses. All right.
That's right. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It could be for another animal as well, but mostly for horses.
Okay. Yeah, what other animals? Well, maybe
I'm thinking like a camel.
Camel, yeah. Can be.
Or
Okay.
a dog. Depends if you have a small person.
Okay, dog. Or a huge dog.
Yeah, seen some Great Danes.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Lorenzo, tell us, what is Lorimer?
Yeah, Lorimer, very simple. And of course, Ryan should know this being here in Las Vegas because there are a lot of Lorimers here in Las Vegas. Well, at least there used to be when they had the big production shows with the big showgirls. You do see a lot of showgirls in Las Vegas, and their costumes are made by Lorimers because Lorimers, believe it or not, are people that work with feathers, costumers that work with feathers, or even a magician. You can see a magician. Look at this. There's a magician, and now, yes! Yeah, look at that. See? A little feather there.
Wow, you're almost
Does the show look too over-rehearsed at this point? Look at that.
It was almost in the frame. It was almost in the frame.
It was almost. All right. I'm going to go back to this one. Okay, anyway.
Once is enough on that one.
Okay, so basically it's a person who designs clothes with feathers. Would that be a good description of it?
That is exactly a correct definition.
No. Let me tell you. Lorimer has to do with weed. Not the weed that you're thinking of. No, not that one. It's a weed killer. So it's basically, if you want to kill weed, then you use a Lorimer. Okay? That's what it is. Yeah. It's something that kills weed. It can be a product, it can be A knife, if that helps to kill the weed. I mean, it's something that you use to kill weed. That's a
knife.
lorimer. Oh well, how do you call those that you use to?
The weed whacker? I don't
The
know.
weed whacker, yeah. So
Uh-huh.
it might be also a lorimer. So yeah, that's what it is. And last time I was telling the truth, okay? And and these words are really complicated. And actually, we got our audience last time. So let's see what they say this time. Let's put
Alright.
the poll up. Where is the poll? There we go. Awesome. So I'm launching the poll, and everybody on Zoom, go ahead and vote. If you are watching us on YouTube, you can put it in the comment. Who do you think is telling the truth? Okay. So is it A, B, or C? Is it Ryan would be A, Lorenzo would be B, and I would be C. Something that kills weed. Wow. Okay. So I see people are voting and voting and voting. Okay. We got almost. All right. We got 100% people answering. Okay. This is great. And you know how many people voted for me?
I'd love to know.
This is 0.
No way. It must have been your weed knife.
We have here somebody that thinks that you are telling the truth, Ryan.
Okay.
See, they don't know what they're talking about. All right. So let's see what it is. So first of all, let me end the poll and let me share it with everybody. So according to our audience, actually, you know what? This is, I think, the first time ever that we have a tie.
Really? And
Completely.
I was going to vote for myself, too, and I didn't. I was being fair.
You're so nice, Ryan. So yeah, if you would vote for yourself, then you would win. So that's the first time we have a tie.
Really?
It's 50-50.
All right.
50. So 50 of the people believe Lorenzo, 50 of the people believe Ryan. Okay. So I don't even know what to do in a case like this.
How about let Bart Simpson vote?
Okay, should I like we throw a coin and then whatever it is, that's what the audience decides?
I mean, since the prizes are so grand, we might as well just let
What a dilemma!
might as well let both of us win.
Yeah, no, we have grand prizes here. All right. Okay, so let's bring in our production assistant. Emily, are you there?
Hey, you guys.
Hey, how you doing, Emily? So
Hey,
nobody really
Emily.
knows. This is like a one in a lifetime. Okay, 50-50. We are dying to know. So tell us,
All right.
who is telling the
So-
truth?
Well, Ryan is telling the truth right now.
All right, Ryan, you're the winner. Yes, saddle
Come on,
maker.
no wonder my
Saddle
light went
maker.
out.
Wow.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Now Lorenzo is
Does it?
disappointed that he came for nothing.
I know. My
I-
light went out now.
It's okay. We
I'll take
can
you
still
I'll
see
take you
you.
to dinner at the hotel, Lorenzo.
The
Don't worry.
feather. Okay.
Okay. All right, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Lorenzo, for joining us. And hey, I didn't know that fun fact about you that you are almost the owner of the Magic Castle.
Yeah, well, it would have been a company called Morgan Stanley would have been putting up the 100 million, but I would have been in charge.
So it was 100 million?
We were trying to build. It was a development. We were trying to buy the entire hill from the Yamashiro all the way down the 7.5 acres. The deal fell through. This was in the recession of the 2009, the last recession. So
If you would buy it, you would destroy it. If you would buy it, you would destroy the Magic Castle.
no.
He would develop around it.
Au contraire, yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I thought for a moment.
Yeah,
okay.
that's it didn't happen. Wasn't meant to be. But we're here in Vegas doing great things. So
Awesome.
check out LorenzoClark.com.
Yes, check him out, LorenzoClark.com. We will put also in the chat your contact information. Follow him on Instagram because he's a super fun guy to follow. Also on Facebook. He's always doing something fun. So check him out.
I'm always doing something fun.
You're always doing something fun. All right, Lorenzo, thank you so much. It's been fun having you. Appreciate it. Come back, okay? All right.
Okay,
Ciao.
Ciao, Lorenzo.
Bye.
All right. What a fun guy. He's really a
great.
character.
Yeah. Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's one of those people that is kind of the same on stage and off stage, no?
Oh, yeah. No, what you see is what you get, man. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that's
nothing
great.
worse than watching a show and seeing all this charisma and all this comedy, and then you go out for dinner and it's just like a wet noodle. Just
It's
Who
like
is this
dry.
person
Yeah,
sitting across
exactly.
from me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always upbeat. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. I honestly I don't know him personally. I mean, I never had the
Yeah.
honor to hang out with him. But next time in Vegas, we have to go out, party, everybody.
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Yes. All right. So now it's my turn. We're gonna try something here. Let me just see if we can make it work. Actually, I will need a volunteer for this. I said I'm going to read somebody's mind, okay? And let me just see here. So let's grab somebody from here, okay? That can follow instructions. All right. So we're gonna. There's somebody that really wants to be on, okay? Really wants to be on. Let me see if we can bring him. Joseph, do you want to unmute yourself?
On?
Yes. Can you?
Yes.
Hello. How you doing?
Good. Good, Alan. I just good, Alan. I just graduated from high school.
Oh, congratulations! You graduated from high school. This is great. This is great. All right. Let me bring you up here. Actually, in a moment, I'll bring you in so everybody can also see you. But do me a favor. Do you happen to have close to you a book?
Yes, Alan.
Can you bring a book with you?
Yes, Alan.
All right, go ahead. Do that real quick. So, by the way, I don't know. I don't know our guests. This is completely random. We're gonna try this. Let me see here. Okay, and actually, let me bring in. Let me maybe like this. There you are. All right, and let me bring you in. There you are. All right, very good. Awesome. Everybody can see you now over there. So do you have, where are you joining from, by the way, Joseph? From where? Oh, Contessa, Vermont. Okay. All right. Then let me ask you a question. Do you have something to write with over there? Okay, so like a piece of paper and maybe a marker you have, or yeah? Go ahead. So this is live. This is the real thing, okay? Awesome. Good stuff. Take your time. Just hurry up. Okay? We are... This is great. So you just graduated high school. I'm really... It was writing in the chat, hey, I want to be on. I want to participate. So I was like, all right, let's bring him on. You know, if somebody really wants to be on, let's bring on. And by the way, if you want to join the show, there's a link on the bottom and you can join us live on Zoom and maybe you get to participate next time. All right, Joseph, are you back with us? Okay. Awesome. So, Joseph, what is the book that you have with you? Jeff Dunham is a comedian. All my best. Okay, very good. All right. Do me a favor. Open the book to any page that you like. And by the way, I don't have that book. All right. Open the page to any page that you would like. All right. And now I want you to look for any word that you like. Don't say it. Okay? Do you have one word out of a book? Now, okay, now don't take a super complicated word, but don't take something, don't take a word like Lorimer or one of these really complicated words that nobody knows what it is. But a good simple word. It can be a long word if you want, okay? Do you have one in your mind? Okay, very good. And close the book now. Leave it aside. And I want you to write down that word as big as you can on the piece of paper. Make it big, clear, and understandable. So if later I ask you to show it, everybody can see it. But don't show it yet, okay? Don't show it yet. All right, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Now, I will go ahead and I will try to get the word from you just through Zoom. It's like a new feature that Zoom has that it's called a mind reading mode. No, it doesn't. But I'm just saying. Okay. So are you focusing on the word? Just do me a favor. Tell me how many letters is that word? How many? 3? 3. Okay. All right. 3 letters. All right. You know what? Change it to something that is a little more than 3 words, because the 3 letters. Because 3 letters normally it's just and or set, or like these are like connecting words that are very short and kind of. So let's. I'm doing a little challenge here. So change it to a different word in any page. Okay, I complicated him. I'm sorry. I sometimes complicate things. That's what it is. All right. Let me know when you're ready. You have a new word in your mind? Did you write it down? Yes? Okay, how many letters is the new word that you have in your mind? Joseph, I'm talking to you. How many letters is the new word that you have in your mind? 5. But 5 or 6? 5, okay. All right, 5 letters. All right, now I'm going to, in here, I will write a word. Hold on, it's a surprise. I don't want to, hold on a second. Yes, hold on, I'm focusing, I'm concentrating. Give me 1 second. So think about the first letter. Okay. All right, I think I got it. I'll leave it here. Okay. So now, for the first time, I want you to say it out loud. Actually, you wrote it down, so you can show it to everybody in the audience. What is the word? What is snow? Okay, snow is the word. Snow, S-N-O, snow, from playing with snow in Christmas. Snow days for fun. That's the whole sentence. But what's the word that you chose? The word that you chose is snow? Okay, so snow is the word that you chose. All right. Is there any way in the universe that I would know what is the word that you chose? Yes? Because I'm a mentalist. Because otherwise it's impossible. Okay. All right. So all right. Are you ready? Let me show you here. Snow, and I got a text message in the middle. There you got it. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Yes. I amazed myself in that one. Yes. Was that cool? If he ever been with Jeff, I don't know, but he left already, so I cannot ask him, but I'll ask him for next time, okay? So really, thank you so much, Joseph. Everybody give Joseph a round of applause. Thank you, and congratulations that you finished, you graduated high school. Thank you for joining us today. You are a pretty cool individual. I appreciate it. All right. Hopefully you had fun today. That was great. Hey, join us also next week. Ryan, are you still with me there, by the way?
Yeah, buddy, I'm here. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So not next week, but in 2 weeks, because it's every other week our show. We have actually a mentalist, which is what I do.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, Alan, why are you going to bring your competition? Because honestly, he is my competition.
You have no competition, my friend.
But you know what? I actually believe that it's good. It's good to have competition, and we should be friends and with our competition and just empower them. because we are all in the same boat here, and we all in entertainment and having fun. So we have Guy Bavely joining us in 2 weeks. Okay, so hopefully
Great.
you'll be here. He's a great mentalist, really, really amazing, with a lot of experience. So you're going to have a lot of mental time. So join us next week, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Ryan, take it away, man.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon, everybody.
All right.